Hi everyone, we're going to learn how to play Star Wars Unlimited. Star Wars Unlimited is a upcoming trading card game by Fantasy Flight Games, uh, releasing in March 2024. So here we're looking at Star Wars Unlimited database, SWUDB, which is a database for Star Wars Unlimited cards created by someone in the community. So first we're going to start by looking at what types of cards we have. First we have leader cards. Here's Luke Skywalker. All leaders have a horizontal side that starts in play like this. And then during the course of the game, you're going to have enough resources that you're going to be able to activate their epic action and deploy them onto the field on their unit side. And then they also have an ability. All units have a cost, power, and hit points. And they also have traits. They have a name, a little diamond if they're unique, and if they're unique, they have a subtitle. And they also have the aspects associated with them. In this case, we have blue, which is vigilance, and white, which is heroism. Let's look at a normal ground unit in Akbar. Okay, here's Akbar. Akbar is just a unit. He only has one side. He costs 3. He is green, which is command, and also heroism. He has 1 power for health. He has an ability called Restore 1, and he has a 1 plate ability that when you play him, you may deal damage to a unit equal to the number of units you control in its arena. The next type of card we have is Event. Let's look at some events here. So we have Search Your Feelings. It is a blue-black event. Black is villainy. Search your deck for a card and draw it. So events are one-time effects. You play the card for 4, this card for 4. You do the effect, which is search your deck for a card and draw it, then shuffle your deck, and then the card gets discarded. The other type of card that we have is upgrades. So, for example, Luke's lightsaber can be attached to a non-vehicle unit. So upgrades go attached to cards, to units, and it'll tell you here what the attachment restrictions are. Then they might have an additional ability, like this one played. If the attached unit is Luke, so if you're attaching it to Luke Skywalker, you heal all damage from him and give a shield token to him. So it's very powerful if you play Luke's lightsaber on Luke. And as you can see, Luke's lightsaber is a unique upgrade. It has a diamond. So there can only be one Luke's lightsaber in play at a time per each player. Then it also gives stat boosts. So it gives +3 power and +1 health. So you add this onto the unit's power and health. Next, let's take a look at deck construction. When constructing your deck, you first choose a leader, and then you choose a base to go along with it. This is going to give you 3 colors. The 2 colors of your leader, in this case Luke Skywalker is blue and white, and my 3rd color is green. What this means is that I can play blue, white, and green cards in this deck. You are allowed to play any cards in the deck. Some of the other colors are red, yellow, and black. I can play them, but for each color aspect symbol on the card that you're playing that does not appear on your leader or base, you must pay an additional 2 resources for that card. So for example, if I wanted to play Academy Defense Walker is blue-black. I have blue on my base, or on my leader, but I don't have black. So that means that Academy Defense Walker would cost 8 instead of 6 if I wanted to play him in this deck. So we're going to stick to, for this deck, only green, blue, and white cards. Your deck is 50 cards, and you can have up to 3 copies of any card. So most of my deck, as you can see, is 3 copies, plus this one card that I have 2 copies of. And it's a balance of ground units, space units, events, and upgrades. As of now, we don't know what the number of sideboard cards is, but we're speculating that it's going to be 9. Now we're going to take a look at some gameplay. To do that, we're going to be playing a quick game using the 2 starter decks on Force Table, which is a nice AI tool for playing quick matches of Star Wars Unlimited. So right now I'm going to be playing the Luke deck, and I'm going to have the AI playing Vader. So we're going to start randomly choosing a player that gets the initiative. And let's see here. Right now, it looks like player 2 was chosen at random, so Vader is going to go first. Vader is going to have the initiative. The player with initiative is the first player to take an action on each round. Then what happens is that each player is going to have their leader on the horizontal side and their base on the middle of the field, and their opponent's going to do the same. Then each player is going to start by drawing 6 cards. Now you have the ability to take a mulligan. By mulliganing, you're going to put all of the 6 cards back into your deck, shuffle your deck, and draw 6 new cards. And you have to keep those 6 cards. Generally, in your opening hand, you want to have 2 cost cards, 1 cost cards, and maybe 3 cost cards. So I have a few 2 cost cards and 2 3 cost cards, and a 4 cost. So this is pretty good because I can play something on turn 1, 2, and 3. So I'm not going to take a mulligan. Then, once players decided if they're going to mulligan or not, you then choose 2 cards from your hand that you're going to put down. Now, for this first turn, what I think I'm going to do is play 3PO. Then on turn 3, play either Rogue Operative or Fleet Lieutenant. Then on turn 4, play Azatuk. So I don't see myself playing Surprise Strike right away. Leia is pretty good. So I'm probably going to put down Surprise Strike. And let's see, am I going to play Rogue Operative or Fleet Lieutenant? Let's put down Fleet Lieutenant. So once I've chosen my 2 cards, they're going to go down. And these are resources. Resources are the cards that you're going to use to play the cost of the cards. So my opponent, again, has the initiative, so they went first. So they spent 1 resource to play this 1 cost Death Star Stormtrooper. It's a 3/1. Then each player takes 1 action at a time. So playing that card was the opponent's 1 action. And you can see the actions that you can take here. You can play a card, you can attack, you can use an action ability, you can take the initiative, or you can pass. So I'm going to play a card, and I'm actually going to play C-3PO. Now C-3PO has an ability when played, choose a number. Then look at the top card of your deck. If its cost is a chosen number, you may reveal it and draw it. Otherwise, leave it on top of your deck. So I'm going to guess that the top card costs 3. And it costs 2, so I don't get to draw it. So it just stays there on top. Then that was my action, so then it goes to my opponent. My opponent activated Vader's ability, which you can tap him and pay 1, which he did. If you played a villainy card this phase, which he did in the Death Star Stormtrooper, deal 1 damage to a unit and 1 damage to a base. So 3PO took 1 damage, and my base took 1 damage from 30 down to 29. Now, because I have nothing else to do, I have no units that I can attack with. I should also mention that units come into play exhausted, which means that they're turned sideways, so they cannot attack the turn they come into play. So since I have nothing to attack with, all of my resources are exhausted, so I can't play any more cards. Luke's ability is it costs 1, so I can't activate it because I have no resources. So because of that, the only option I can really take is take the initiative. I could pass. Pass just means that you choose to forfeit your action, but then you're missing on the opportunity of taking the initiative. The opponent would then take their action, but because they're also exhausted all of their resources, they probably would have nothing to do and thus would take the initiative, and that would be bad. Taking the initiative gives you the first action in each round, and that's very important. So since we have nothing else to do here, we're going to take the initiative. The initiative marker goes to my side. Then we're now in the regroup phase. Regroup phase, each player draws 2 cards. You can choose to resource 1 card. And what I'm going to do is so on this next round, I'm going to have 3 resources. So I'm probably going to play something that costs 3. What I could also do is play Leia to tap something, and then I'll have 1 left over to give Leia a shield using Luke's ability. But I don't think I'm going to do that. Leia's very good late game, especially for when Vader deploys to the field. You can then play Leia and tap him. So I'm going to hold on to Leia. I'm probably just going to play Rogue Operative. I could also play Alliance X-Wing and give that a shield. But I think I might just play Rogue Operative. So I don't see myself playing Alliance X-Wing right now, especially since next round, when I have 4, I'm going to end up playing this. So I don't see myself playing this anytime soon, so I'm just going to resource it. So you put it down as a resource, and then you untap, you ready all of your cards. So now all of my cards are upright. And now starts the next phase, or the next round. And play continues like this until someone has defeated the opponent's resource. Okay, so let's continue into round 2 here. So I have the initiative. I took the initiative last round, so that means I get the first action this round. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let's see, this Death Star Stormtrooper can attack 3PO, and 3PO has 1 damage on him. So the 3 would put me at 4, which would be enough to destroy 3PO. But 3PO's 1 attack, or 1 power, is enough to defeat the Death Star Stormtrooper. He only has 1 health. So what I could do is trade. So I could choose, if I choose to attack, in attacking, you can attack, you first choose which unit to attack with. I'm going to attack with 3PO. And you can choose to attack the opponent's base or one of their units. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and attack Death Star Stormtrooper, and they are going to destroy each other here in this fight. But first, 3PO has an on-attack ability that triggers whenever he declares an attack. So again, I get to declare a number, look at the top card of the deck, and if it's that number, then I get to draw it. I'm just going to guess 3 again. And it is 3, it's Waylay. It's a 3 cost event. So that means I get to reveal it and draw it. And there it goes. And now they trade. Okay? Opponent plays Super Laser Technician. It's a really strong green unit that says when defeated, you may put this unit into play as a resource and ready it. So it's a pretty good ramp. It accelerates your resource production. Okay, so that was their action. Now for my action, I haven't played anything, so I'm going to go ahead and play. I could waylay the card, but I think I want to play Rogue Operative. So I'm going to do that. And now because the opponent exhausted all their resources, they have nothing to attack with, they can't use any of their actions, they took the initiative. So now, because I have nothing to do now, I can't attack with anything, I have no resources to play anything, the only option I have is pass. So I'm going to pass. Once someone's taken the initiative and then someone passes, the round is over. So we're each going to draw 2 cards. We're going to choose 1 card to resource. Again, this is optional. up to any number you want. So, and we're going to keep going until we get at least 6 to be able to deploy Luke. So R2D2 is good in combination with 3PO. So it would have been nice to know if we were going to draw that 3PO or that R2D2. I probably would not have traded there. But so we're going to have 4 resources here. I'm probably going to end up playing this. And then on turn 5, maybe play Snow Speeder. So what I think we're going to do is that we might just put R2D2 down. Opponent's going to go first because they have the initiative. They played a second Super Laser Technician. That's not good. So I think we're going to first start by attacking. And we're going to attack their base because this unit has a powerful ability, Raid 2. This unit gets +2/+0 while attacking. So I'm going to go ahead and attack the opponent's base for 4. They take 4 and they go down to 26. The opponent played Recruit, a 1-cost event. Search the top 5 cards of your deck for a unit, reveal it, and draw it. And they revealed a Stormtrooper. And they are now exhausted. So probably they only have 1 action left, really, which is to attack with this. And we are going to play. So the thing is that now Azatuk has Ambush, which is good to attack into an enemy unit, but it's a space unit. And Ambush says after you play this unit, it may ready and attack an enemy unit. But since there are no space units, and the opponent is tapped out, meaning they're not going to be able to play anything, it's probably not good to play this. I'll probably want to wait. So what I'm actually going to do is, what can I do? I can play Waylay. I think what I'm going to do is play Leia. Now Leia has an ability, when played, either ready a resource or exhaust a unit. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to exhaust. No, I'm going to ready a resource. I readied a resource, and now I have 3 resources. Well, okay, I was not expecting that. Leia died. Actually, that's fine. I'm now going to spend 3 resources. So they attack their Super Laser Technician into my Leia, so they each die. But again, Super Laser Technician has a when defeated ability. You may put this unit into play as a resource and ready it. So they now have 1 ready resource. So what I'm going to do is play Waylay, which says return a non-leader unit to its owner's hand. So I'm going to return this. And lucky them, they had a Stormtrooper which only costs 1. So that was a pretty good play on them. Okay. But we get to take initiative, so that's good. Okay. System Patrolcraft is a pretty good space unit. Sentinel. Sentinel is a very important keyword. If you recall, in attacking, you can attack any unit or your opponent's base. Sentinel says units in this arena, so either in the ground arena or in the space arena, can't attack your non-Sentinel units or your base. So as long as you have a Sentinel unit, your opponent has to attack it. So it's very powerful. So, and because it costs 4, and Azatuk costs 4, I might be inclined to play this. If I needed to play something to space, I might just play this instead of Azatuk. So, and then this round we're going to have 5 resources, which means that we could play Snow Speeder, but we could also play R2D2 and System Patrolcraft. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to play, I'm going to put down Azatuk as a resource. Now the only thing to watch out for is if I end up playing System Patrolcraft and they have TIE Interceptor. TIE Interceptor, when it comes to play, deals 3 damage. So that's something to watch out for. what I'm going to do is I'm going to first attack, hit for 4. Okay, they play the Super Laser Technician, the one I used Waylay on to put back into their hand. Then I'm going to, I think I'm just going to play, no, I'm going to play R2. I'm going to do R2 System Patrol Craft. Fleet Lieutenant is next. I guess we can keep that on top. R2D2 has an ability when played or on attack. Look at the top card of your deck. You may put it on the bottom of your deck. Now you can see why this is good with 3PO, because 3PO says guess the number of the top card of your deck. If you guess it right, you get to draw it. So R2D2 lets you look at the top, and then with 3PO you guess what's on the top, but since you know what it is, you can accurately guess it, which is guaranteed card draw. So they're a good duo. So I'm going to keep the Lieutenant on top, so I don't want to put it on the bottom. Vader used his ability to deal 1 damage to his own Super Laser Technician to put it into play, which is a very good move. Because now Vader is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 resources, which is enough to deploy Vader, which is not good for us. Because notice that they're at 7 resources, and we're still only at 5. Normally, Luke deploys at 6, should be deploying before Vader, but they're actually deploying Vader before us. So, now we're going to play. What we could actually do here is give R2D2 a shield. And then what? Or we could just play System Patrol Craft. Let's just play System Patrol Craft, because at this point they can't play the Interceptor, so I think we're safe from that. So they played Snow Trooper Lieutenant. When played, you may attack with a unit. If it's an Imperial unit, it gets +2/+0 for this attack. Then what we're going to do is, since we're tapped out, can't have anything to attack, we're just going to take the initiative. Unfortunately, they're going to deploy Vader. Vader's going to go ahead and attack. Vader has a powerful on-attack ability. You may deal 2 damage to a unit. So he attacked my base for 5 damage. So I'm down to 18. And he chose to deal 2 damage to my System Patrol Craft. Okay. Now, we're going to play our 6th resource for this round, which means that we can now deploy Luke. So we have to be careful though, because if we play Luke, Vader could play his lightsaber, and his lightsaber actually has an ability that says it can deal 4 damage to a ground unit when you play it. So, but if we can have Luke play Luke's lightsaber and then play Fleet Lieutenant, we can kill Vader. So I think we're going to end up not playing Snowspeeder this round. So let's put that down. Okay. So we have 6. So what I think we're going to do first is, actually we can attack with Rogue Opera. So we have 2 Fleet Lieutenants. But we don't have enough resources to play all of them. We can only play 1. So what I think we could do is, let's play Fleet Lieutenant. Yes, we're going to attack Rogue Operative into Darth Vader for 6. Vader's going to attack the base and deal 2 damage to System Patrol Craft, which is going to destroy it. Vader's now tapped. So we're going to play, actually we're going to action ability to we can give the Fleet Lieutenant. So actually, yeah, let's give the Fleet Lieutenant a shield. Okay, here's the Gladiator Star Destroyer, one played. Give a unit Sentinel. And you chose to give this Death Star Stormtrooper Sentinel. So now I can attack Vader, which is kind of unfortunate because I was about to destroy him. So now we have to attack the Stormtrooper. But I think we can attack R2-D2 first to get rid of that, and then we can attack. So let's go ahead and attack here. Top card is Consular Security Force. Do we want that? I don't think so. I think we want to draw something else. So let's put it on the bottom. Okay. Yeah, space is taking over on space. Okay, so now we want to use action ability, deploy Luke Skywalker. Okay, our base is down to 11. Then we're going to attack Vader. We're going to give 2 shields. Because Luke has on attack, you may give another unit a shield token. We're going to give that to R2-D2. Alright, Luke is going to take 5 damage. But that's fine because we're going to play Luke's lightsaber on him. That says when played, if attached unit is Luke Skywalker, heal all damage from him and give a shield token to him. So let's do that. Then they took initiative, so now we're going to pass. Vanquish is good because we can vanquish this Star Destroyer. So I think we're going to... And also if we're at 6. So if we put down 1 more, I would have enough to vanquish and Leia. Yeah, let's do that. Let's put that down. Hopefully they don't attack with Gladiator first. They didn't. They played a Cell Block Guard. Cell Block Guard is a 3-cost 3/3 Sentinel, so I have to attack it. Okay, but that's good because they didn't attack with this, which means I can go ahead and vanquish it. Vanquish is a 5-cost blue event. Defeat a non-leader unit. So let's go ahead and defeat the Gladiator Star Destroyer. Okay, he played Admiral Mahdi. He's a 2-cost 1/1 villainy card unit. When defeated, you may ready a villainy unit. So then we can play Leia. Let's play Leia. And we're going to exhaust a unit. We're going to exhaust... let's exhaust the TIE Fighter. So that's 2 less damage we're going to take. So he activated Vader's ability. He dealt 1 damage to this, which I think had a shield. Yep, it had a shield on it. And then 1 damage to my base. Okay, but we're going now to... We're going to attack R2 here, but we want to get rid of the other stuff first. So let's first attack with Luke to here. We're going to give a shield to... R2-D2 already has a shield. We're going to give a shield to the Fleet Lieutenant. It attacked into R2 and took 1 damage, which is weird. It got rid of the shield. Which is not good because now we're going to lose R2 if we attack into here. But that's fine. We're going to attack here into here. Then we're going to attack here into here. Han is actually really good, so we're not going to put him on the bottom. We lost R2, that's fine. They took initiative, we're going to pass. Draw 2, that's Han, and 3PO. Oh man, well, I haven't been able to have both in play at the same time, but that's fine. We're not going to resource either of them. Okay. Ooh, Tarkin is good. Tarkin has, when played, search the top 5 cards of your deck for 2 Imperial cards and reveal them and draw them. So they just drew 2 cards, which is pretty good. which ones did they draw? They got another Tarkin. No, I'm sorry. Admiral Mahdi and Super Laser Technician. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so first what we're going to do is that we are going to play. So they're going to play Admiral Mahdi. No, let's just attack Luke. No. Yeah, let's just play Han. We're going to trigger ambush. So ambush means that he can ready and attack a unit. So we're going to go ahead and attack Tarkin. And Han's really good because he says while attacking, this unit deals combat damage before the defender. So because he dealt damage to Tarkin, and Tarkin died in that attack, he wasn't able to attack back. So Han took no damage. Han's really good. He shoots first. Okay, there's Mahdi, and we're expecting the Super Laser Technician to come out next. And we're going to take 2 from here. There's nothing we can do about that, unfortunately. But we're going to, let's kill Mahdi first so that he can't trigger the ready on the Super Laser Technician. So let's kill him there. And then we're going to attack with Luke. Give a shield to Han. And then, yep, Vader is going to deal 1 damage here. And then we're going to attack for here. But I think we're good. I think we have the board under control now. And we have enough power on board. So we have 6 from Han. And another 7 from Luke, which is enough to kill the base. So we're not going to resource anything. And we're just going to go ahead and attack here. Give a shield to, let's give it to Leia. There's going to attack for 2. And then we're going to attack for 6. And there you go, the game's over. We successfully took our opponent's base down to 0. And it looks like they had Emperor Palpatine in hand and Relentless, which are both pretty powerful cards. So there you go. A sample game of Star Wars Unlimited.